Und wann kommt das Video? Hast du das relativ schnell abrufbar, ne?
Ja, jetzt muss ich das
Gut.
gleich da. Moment. So, mal gucken. Willst du erst begrüßen und soll ich dann das
Ja,
Video
ja.
zeigen? Ja. Irgendwie das Video schalten und dann.
Hier auf leise schalten. Wir machen, glaube ich, erst so ein paar diese kleinen Erfahrungen.
Ja, wir sind jetzt schon on YouTube.
Okay, so it's what we are.
Eine Minute haben wir noch.
Ja.
Eine Minute noch. 1 minute. Es ist immer etwas verzögert, so ungefähr 15 Sekunden, aber das ist halt so. Das ist halt so.
Hello and good evening. So we are here in Carmen in our little office or maybe also in our little studio. And you see in behind of us the rainbow. And if I'm speaking about the we are Father Heinrich, Father Bernhard. You have to see him. And me, Meinolf. And this morning, we celebrated a Mass via Zoom meeting, and it was quite amazing to share our life in this time on the platform of the internet. And it was really a special and a very deep moment in praying for our different countries and in praying for our world. So now we lived together this day, and in before bringing some experiences of this day and of the last days, we want to come into the spirit of Go4peace via a short video which has been done by Matei some months ago. We are sure that you will remember this small video impressions. Okay, so Heinrich is going to look now for the place of the video, but I think we are close now to the moment when we can start to present this video to you. You remember we have been last summer in Brno, and we did a very big...
Not a movement of parties, but a movement of people. It must be all for all. Europe can only be united by the heartfelt wish and vehement expression of the great majority of all the peoples in all the parties, in all the freedom-loving countries, no matter where they dwell or how they vote. We cannot aim at anything less than the union of Europe as a whole, and we look forward with confidence to the day when that union will be achieved.
Okay, so that was the impression of the small video cuts Matei did after the last camp, and it's really amazing to see all your faces and to see your engagement and to see your energy and your power. And now we try really to go back to today. And it's a special day because in 9 months we are going to celebrate Christmas. And today we have the announcement of the Lord. So the angel Gabriel came into the house of Maria, and he gave her this message that she was going to become the mother of God. And the impulse or the motto we did this morning was God speaks, give your answer. And we are trying during these days here in Kamen, in Dortmund here and all over our region to give our very special answer. And Heinrich is going to share one experience now with you, because there is one man in his parish or down in the streets of his parish, and from time to time he meets him.
Yes, we have a man who is really ill from psychological ill, and he is sometimes in a very deep valley, and he's not able really to make his life. And sometimes I meet him on the street, and he's looking really a little bit abandoned, a little bit ragged, and he is out of order a little bit. And people avoid to talk to him and to meet him. But so, all the times when I meet him, I always talk to him. And he is really very happy when I do that. And his appearance, if you look at his teeth, they are very, they are missing. They are, that's not, that's not very, he's not an attractive man. But some kind of people you have in the Bible when Jesus is talking of those outcasts of society, and then this is really just such a man. But he is very very happy if I really talk to him. And one day he said, you, most people are not kind to me. He said, they don't talk to me. They don't want to know anything about me. And but you are very nice to me, and it's always a great pleasure that I have that you talk to me. And I think this is just a little sign that one can give to other people, to not don't stop giving. This is always a motto that we can live. And if I see this man, this always comes to my mind, that I just stop for a short talk with him and give him a little a little moment of attentiveness.
Yeah, hello. We have nearly the complete shutdown here in our society. That means we have no liturgies anymore, no prayer in the church, no assemblies there, and going outside in small groups, only in 2 people. And I think it is especially difficult for the older people who mostly stay at home now, who are sometimes full of fear about what is going on. And so we asked ourselves, what can we do for those people? And we thought to prepare a letter for them. And so we made a list of many people, I think about 250, and we will address them personally, and we want to give them a little bit of consolation, and will invite them to pray the rosary with us, so that in the evening all of those people are connected by praying the rosary. And we have another proposal for them to those who can sew, to prepare those masks for the nose and the mouth, because some of the centers with old people asked and said that they are in search of those masks because the whole market is empty. And perhaps this will give them courage to face this difficult situation which we have now, and I think which is very similar also to your situation in the other countries. Yes.
So now we can give you some greetings.
Yes, we have online, we have greetings from Czech Republic. There is Liba Sakalova is online. Hello, Liba. No, nochmal, bitte.
Hello, Liba.
Okay. And we have Amela from Austria.
Hello, Amela.
And also Edita Itishi from Kosovo.
Edita.
Hello, Edita.
Yes. And for the first time we have Dario Munitic from Bosnia.
Hello, Dario.
He is from Travnik.
Yeah.
And I met him last year at the youth center in John Paul II in Sarajevo, and he was doing a service in that house. And he is living in Travnik, and he has had a little bit health problems, but actually he's good again, I think. And it's very nice to have you here, Dario. And also just appearing here on my board, is Simon Biba from Munich.
Oh,
hello, Simon. Hi.
That's very nice. So that is actually those people who appear here on my switchboard here.
Okay. So, dobrodošli, Davids. Dario, pardon. So, maybe some of you remember the experience we shared this morning concerning the Angelus prayer, the angel coming to Mary. So, it's born today. And Christiane, we spoke about her, she invited the people of her big building where she is living in to pray with her by opening the door to the floor outside and to keep staying in the door, but to pray the Angelus, the 3 Ave Marias. And she did it, and they finished with a song to Mary. So I was sharing this experience with my mother, and then she started to think about her youth, and she spoke to an aunt of mine. And so they discovered a small remembering of my grandfather, her father. And she told me that day by day, when they have gone out to the fields, her father stopped working at high noon at 12 o'clock, and then he started really to pray, connected to all the others, the Angelus prayer. And it was so special because all these rememberings came into her mind. And she was so happy today when we started to speak about her personal experience with the Ave Maria. So I understood we have to share also those little fragments, those little experiences with the others. And then the energy coming out of these experiences will bring into movement, let's say, the soul or the heart of the other person. And therefore, I think it's so important for us to share always our experiences. And today, there came an experience from Teja from Slovenia. It was so nice, Teja, that you immediately started to share your experience. And Father Bernhard is going to present now your experience.
So, Thea says, I can give this anecdote from 1 hour ago. Now there are some more hours ago. I went outside to shovel the snow in the yard, but then thought to myself to shovel the snow in the neighbor's yard as well. As I was clearing the pathway to the neighbor's car, she came outside and thanked me. I found his blessing when the sun shined a bit during the snowfall as I kept shoveling. And then the neighbor's boy also came outside and asked if he could help. And I said, if you want to help, sure, but you don't have to. We then put our hearts at the work at hand and spoke some encouraging words to each other. This gives me hope that he speaks to us so that the Holy Spirit starts to work within us and we get motivated to do our best and give love to each other.
Thanks for sharing this experience with us, Teja. It's so nice because it's really concrete and you did it in your neighborhood. That's so important. And we can present now and can read as well Elona, Emmy and Maria Clelia, because you are now also visiting our live streaming. So it's nice that we are still meeting now for the second time. And you see, the gospel is really motivating us in this time, during these days of the coronavirus, more and more to take the small and the little moments and to make them worthy, and to put love into those moments. And if it's a real love, then those moments will transform the situation. And that's so nice. Because we feel this energy in all your stories, in all your experiences you are sharing with us. And this morning we also have had a very good sharing via Zoom with Nico Markowski. So we spent nearly 1 hour by the Zoom conference, and we spoke about some personal situations. And at the end, we really felt this joy of staying together via Zoom and of trying to understand more deeply the plans of God, of the Heavenly Father, with our personal way. And now I will present you a short, let's say, meditation, because we are still working now on a booklet for the summer. It's a Go4peace booklet. And we try to give you a certain help how to live the gospel with the pictures of Jesus in your daily life. And therefore, one text is called "With Jesus in the Boat." It's not very well translated, but we tried it today only for this meeting tonight. So we did it to share a little bit with you this idea of the booklet. And so I'm going to read this text. It's called "With Jesus in the Boat." It was an ups and downs. They had been with Jesus day and night, and that for a month. There was something totally fascinating about him, but also something challenging. Somehow they felt a power in his words and in his person, which he attracted, very different from many rabbis of their time. Until then, they connected with faith only a lot of commands and prohibitions, and often many, many empty words. It was very different with Jesus. Close to him they felt life, joy, fullness. Their heart warmed every time they listened to him. A new time had come for them with him. He had invited them, "Come with me." They couldn't be told that twice. So they were on the road with him. People came from everywhere. Old, sick, crippled, children, possessed, women, men, and especially young people. They came and they went with him. Jesus was around 30 years old. They didn't really know that. They were a few years younger. All over Galilee, people spoke of him. He first went public in Nazareth. He had preached in the synagogue, and he had let it be known that a prophet counts for nothing in his homeland. For that, he had been beaten out of the town. But they stayed because they were drawn to the spirit that animated Jesus. He healed the sick, raised the dead, gave sinners new perspective on life. They breathed new life. They felt winds of change. Finally, there was someone who softened the crusty rigidity of their time. With Jesus, they breathed freedom. With Jesus, the sky was open. And then there was this one episode at the Sea of Galilee. Again, countless people came together. They almost pushed Jesus into the lake. How should he be able to talk? So he asked one of the young men to get on his boat. This man's name was Simon. His family were ordinary people, fishermen for generations. Jesus wanted to teach from his boat. Strange that he was just getting into Simon's boat. Simon was not happy. He hadn't caught anything all night, and now it was time to clean the nets. He was a little depressive. On the other hand, it was also cool for Simon to have this rabbi the whole world was speaking about in his own boat. So he allowed it. Jesus spoke to the people on the bank for a long time. At some point, he stopped. And then suddenly he asked Peter he should go out again on the lake and throw out the nets in broad daylight. This request was against the experience of every fisherman. Immediately, Peter gave his opinion. His friends would laugh at him too. But the words he had just heard from Jesus had fallen deep into his heart. They had set something in motion in him. So he drove out again, away from the people in the middle of the lake. Jesus was in the boat. Jesus was in the boat. And then this unexpected and incredible fishing. The nets were so full that they filled 2 boats and they threatened to sink. At the same time, it was a joy and a shock. Peter understood that until now he had totally focused on his own know-how. His fundament was his own experience. And very often he came to an unsuccessful end. Something was different here. Something new started for him here. With Jesus in the boat, so he realized, his life would be rich and exciting at the same time. The adventure of infinitive love became visible on the horizon. And when he got the invitation to follow Jesus, it was clear for him. He would jump out of his own boat to inspire people now for this new way with Jesus. Without hesitation, he left everything. Like many others, he started to follow Jesus. The adventure of his life began. So that's the text now of the little booklet we are going to prepare for you all. And you see, this booklet has the objective or the topic really to inspire us all to follow Jesus and to give him the chance to be always in our boat, to be always in our midst. And therefore we are doing these live streams. And therefore we try really to share what we can share with you all over Europe. And we are really going to promise you that we are praying for you day by day, also during the masses. And we really want to encourage you to find your personal way in being very close to Jesus during these days, because maybe we never will have such a big, let's say, basket of time uh, for being close to Jesus, for taking the time of reading in the scripture, for praying. It's so important now to take this time and to do and to give our very best so that we come more and more close into this personal relationship to Him. And then the adventure of our life will go on a deeper level, because we are coming more close to Him. And we are doing it not alone. I think that's so important, because we have to have Jesus in our midst, in our boat. And therefore, we are so happy for every experience you are sharing with us. And thanks a lot for giving your time to live this time together with us all, and to share this experience with the others who are in our network. And you know, on the homepage go4peace.eu, you are finding day by day one, maybe 2 or 3 new experiences. From time to time they are as well in our application. So we have those different levels of bringing forward our network with Jesus in our boat. And maybe you find also some more people to push them or to animate them to share our our YouTube channel, Pieces for Peace, always with the bell, because if we would overcome 1,000 participants, then we could do a big jump also, then we could live stream as well from our smartphones. Up to now it's not possible. We need the level of 1,000 participants in our YouTube channel. So we believe that Jesus is guiding us further, and that we have to go ahead, and that He is inviting us to do it together. And therefore, thanks a lot for staying with us tonight. You know, on Sunday at 11 o'clock, we are going to celebrate the Mass in English language, then via Zoom conference. So we are going to send Saturday afternoon the link for the Zoom conference. And then, and morning by morning, you have the chance to listen also to the short impulse we are trying to give you for your life. So now I switch to Heinrich, because then we are coming now to the end of our live stream, having the joy to have spent this time with you.
Once more, I want to say greetings to Ricardo Hashari, who is online also, and Victoria Basmala. Hello to you all here on our live stream.
So, we arrived at the end. Best wishes for you all, and we are connected in following Jesus, who is with us in the boat.
So our next Zoom conference is going to be Saturday night, you know, at 8 o'clock, then Zoom, so we have the chance to react. Please give us your intention or your email if you didn't get the last links or invitations. So then we would add you into the group, because you know we have a very big group and we are not aware if we have all of you in the group. So let us know via email, then we would add you there. You know, now at 7:30 here in our Archdiocese of Paderborn, they are going to ring all the bells of the churches, the 2 deepest ones, so boom boom. And then I will go now to the church and I will pray really for you for half an hour. And at 7:55, a lot of people here in Carmen and in our surroundings have a little candle in the windows, and then they are praying one part of the rosary. That's also a chance of staying connected. And you know, at 12 o'clock high noon, the Pope invites all people to stay connected with him and to pray one Our Father. Amela told us this morning this very good idea. Thanks a lot. We wish you the very best now for this day, for the next days. And let's keep in touch and let's be on our way. Let's go ahead with Jesus in our boat. Bye bye. Ciao, ciao.
Bye bye, and see you on the Zoom conference. And last Saturday we were 29 participants. That is really great. And this makes me clear that we only can go on together and make it together.
Geh noch einmal auf den hier. Ciao, ciao. Okay.
Genau. Ja, das ist doch schön. Das ist gut. Das ist Cut hier, ne? Ja. Okay, Stream beenden. Gut.
Das war doch jetzt noch gut zum Schluss.
Den Strom beenden.